What's up, YouTube? Zandar the Legend, today with another Commander review. This is from Commander 2014, and it's the Peer Through Time set. Once again, I got a good deal on this. I think I picked it up for about 19 bucks. I don't know if they're clearing some or getting rid of them, but that's what happened. This one's a little loose. It's a little tore up. See the card inside. It's fallen loose here, so hopefully it's not too bad. Let's open it up and take a look at everything you get inside this deck. I'm pretty sure it's got 15 new cards. It has 100 cards commander deck, foil oversized commander card, 10 double-sided token cards, deck storage box, deck strategy insert, and a rules reference card. And yeah, right here it contains 15 new magic cards. A year and a half, 2 years ago. I don't typically play blue, but whenever you find things on sale, you just pick them up. That's the way it goes. So if you're a blue lover, did I get the right deck or did I go wrong? Let's see here. He's in pretty good shape, actually, for being tore up and running around the box a whole lot. This is Tifri, the Temporal Archmage, 6 mana with 5 loyalty. You can +1 and look at the top 2 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the other on the bottom of your library. -1, you can untap up to 4 target permanents. -10, goodness gracious. You get an emblem you can activate loyalty abilities of planeswalkers you control on any player's turn. Anytime you can cast an instant. Wow. Pretty solid. You played original EQ, he kind of looks like a Rudite. I love these boxes. I really wish these are more, you could sleeve your cards and keep them in here. I mean, granted, it wouldn't stay on there very well, but they're just a cool box. Has the cards, has our little commander insert, talks about playing the deck, everything else, and most importantly, your rules reference card, because we all know people that play commander cheat. Alright, that's not true, but I don't see a new player starting with commander, so they're a little expensive. I think 36 bucks. They would definitely get like one of the intro packs before that. Which, not necessarily a better value, but that's just the way most people go. You know, I noticed also these tokens are double-sided, which it clearly states that on the back of the box, so I kind of feel like an idiot, but I couldn't find the wolf tokens in my Guided by Nature one at all, so I'm pretty excited to know. Yeah, see, look, it's a zombie. It's like an underwater zombie. So that's kind of cool. There's that emblem. A fish. Underwater zombie. The fish turns into a zombie. Man, I keep doing that terribly. That's kind of cool. It's like a sea fish horse something guy. What's this fish do? He's a 3/3. When he dies, put a 6/6 blue whale creature token on the battlefield with when this creature dies, put a 9/9 blue. Wow. I already like this blue deck. Oh, there's the whale. Oh, and there's the Kraken. Always makes me think of Davy Jones' locker. Man, they expect you to have a lot of those going on. Ooh. There's a splash of green in here. We get an ape. We get lots of apes. We have our islands. Nothing too special here. I'm assuming it's going to have the special lands. But maybe no, maybe not. Really? That green deck had tons of special lands. Yeah. Just a crap ton of island. I mean, a crap ton of island. It's our boy, Teferi. We've been over you, buddy. Stitcher Juroff. Is that right? Stitcher Groff? 5 mana, 3/4. You can pay 3 mana and tap them. Each player puts the top 3 cards of his or her library into his or her graveyard. Exile up to 2 creature cards put into graveyards this way. Put an XX blue zombie creature token onto the battlefield, where X is the total power of the cards exiled this way. Interesting. I don't really care for him. Lorthos, the Tide Maker. 8 mana cost, 5 uncolored, 3 islands for an 8/8. When he attacks, you may pay 8. If you do, tap up to 8 target permanents. Those permanents don't untap during the controller's next untap steps. Bow down before him. OMG. Ducklet Sirens, 3 mana, 1/3. 1 mana, and you can tap them. The target creature attacks target opponent this turn if able. It also has a morph of 1 island. So basically, you can play it for 3 mana, you can play it face down as a 2/2 creature, and for its morph cost, you can turn it up at any time. Reform, 4 mana, 0/1. When the worm dies, put the 3/3. Oh, yep, that's just a lot of text for what we already know happens. You'd think we get a crowd. You think we in Commander? Can you only run one card? Can you only have one card? Is that why Commander's so different? Because you would think we'd have 4 of these in this deck for sure. Ixodron, 5 mana, Star. If it enters the battlefield, turn all other non-token creatures face down. They're now 2/2 creatures. His power and toughness are equal to the number of face-down creatures on the battlefield. Storm Surge Kraken, 5 mana, 5/5, hexproof. It's a lieutenant. As long as you control a commander, it gets +2/+2 and has, whenever the Kraken becomes blocked, you may draw 2 cards. A Frost Titan, he looks pretty cool. 6 mana, 6/6. If the Frost Titan becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller pays 2. Whenever the Titan enters the battlefield or attacks, tap target permanent. It doesn't untap during its... It's like a lot of freeze mechanics, kind of. Sphinx of Yar Isle. Jawar? I don't know. 6 mana, 5/5, flying with Shroud. He can't be the target of spells or abilities. You may look at the top card of your library, and you can do this at any time. Sphinx of Magasi. 6 mana, 6/6 with flying. 3 mana, you can draw a card, then put a +1/+1 counter on the Sphinx. A riddle is nothing more than a trap for small minds, baited with the promise of understanding. You gotta love some flavor text. That's awesome. Phyrexian Ingester. 7 mana, 3/3. It has imprint. When the Ingester enters the battlefield, you may exile target non-token creature. He gets +X/+Y, where X is the exiled creature's power and Y is its toughness. This is the first card I've ever seen +X/+Y on there. That's kind of funny. Anyways, we all know what it means. We know how to do it. I don't know why it says +X and +Y. Sphinx of Uthun. 7 mana, 5/6 with flying. He enters the battlefield. Reveal the top 5 cards of your library. An opponent separates those cards into 2 piles. Put 1 pile into your hand and the other into your graveyard. Well, it's 5 cards. Oh, okay. So I can always take the 3 pile. Okay. I was going to say, well, they're going to make you take the 2 pile every time. Duh. Hover Guard Sweepers. 8 mana, 5/6, flying. The sweepers enter the battlefield. You may return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hands. Breaching Leviathan. 9 mana, 9/9. When it enters the battlefield, if you cast it from your hand, tap all non-blue creatures. Those creatures don't untap during the next controller's untap step. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you only can... I guess in Commander, you can only have 1 of each card. This is a 10 mana, 6/6 Kraken, Deep Sea Kraken. He cannot be blocked. He also has to suspend 9 for 3 mana. Oh man, look at that. Rather than cast this card from your hand, you may pay 3 and exile it with 9 time counters on it. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter. When the last one's removed, you can play it without paying its mana cost, and it has haste. When an opponent casts a spell, if Deep Sea Kraken is suspended, remove a time... Oh, yeah. If it's spell heavy, let's get that guy out there. Infinite Reflection, 6 mana enchantment. Enters the battlefield attached to a creature. Each other non-token creature you control becomes a copy of that creature. The creatures you control enter the battlefield as a copy of the enchantment. Well, that can just be really overwhelming for anything big you put that on. Well of Ideas, 6 mana. When it enters the battlefield, draw 2 cards. At the beginning of each other player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. At the beginning of your draw step, you draw 2 additional cards. I don't like giving my opponent's card draw, but it is what it is. Cyclonic Rift, 2 mana, instant. Return target non-land permanent you don't control to its owner's hand. Overload 7. You may cast this spell for an overload cost. If you do, change its text by replacing all instances of target with each. Return each non-land permanent you don't. Ooh. Let's overload that sucker. Cackling Counterpart, 3 mana, put a token onto the battlefield that's a copy of target creature you control. You can also flash it back for 7. Flashback, you may cast this card from your graveyard for its flashback cost, and then you have to exile it. Domineering Will is a 4 mana instant. Target player gains control of up to 3 target non-attacking creatures until end of turn. Untap those creatures, they block this turn if able. Intellectual Offering. I need to learn how to talk before I do YouTube videos. 5 mana, instant ability. You and that player each draw 3 cards, choose an opponent, untap all non-land permanents you control, and all non-land permanents that player controls. Stroke of Genius. 2 uncolored, 1 island, and X. You can draw X cards. Ooh, target player, so you could cast it for a friend. Rite of Replication, 4 mana, has a kicker of 5. You may pay an additional 5 as you cast the spell. Put a token on the battlefield that's a copy of target creature. If Rite of Replication was kicked, put 5 of those tokens onto the battlefield instead. Woo! You could copy your that sea worm thing and make a ton of fish, and make a ton of whales, and make a ton of krakens. It's an infinite card for just a 5 kicker. Aether Gale, 5 mana sorcery. Return 6 target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Distorting Wake, triple island and X. Return X target non-land permanents to their owner's hands. Steel Hellkite. He's an artifact dragon, 6 mana for 5/5 with flying. 2, and he can get +1/+0 until end of turn, or X. Destroy each non-land permanent with converted mana cost X, whose controller was dealt combat damage by Steel Hellkite this turn. Activate this ability only once each turn. Sapphire Medallion, 2 mana. Blue spells cost 1 less. Crown of Doom, 3 mana. Artifact. When a creature attacks you or a planeswalker you control, get +2/+0 until end of turn. Well, I guess some planeswalkers can attack. Does that mean to say commander? That doesn't seem right. Why would you care? So can you tap your planeswalker and attack? Let me know in the comments below. I'm still learning commander, or I'm still learning some of these cards. I didn't think a command or a planeswalker could attack someone. I thought they could just do their loyalty abilities. So let me know about that. I would really appreciate it. You can pay 2 mana. Target player other than Crown of Doom's owner gains control of it. Activate this ability only during your turn. Oh my goodness. Nevinril's Disc. Something like that. 4 mana. It comes in tapped. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchant. Whoa. Whoa, get that off the board. Oh, here's the lands. They're in the back. Coral Atoll. It's a land. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return an untapped island you control to its owner's hand. You can tap it and add 1 colorless and 1 island. That's kind of nice. Ghost Quarter, tap it to add 1 colorless. You can sacrifice it and destroy target land. Its controller may search his or her library for a basic land card, put that onto the battlefield, and then shuffle your library. Lonely Sandbar. It is so lonely. You know what this makes? It's Lonely Island right there. If you guys know what Lonely Island is, let me know in the comments below as well. I bet most of you don't. You can tap it and add an island to your mana pool. It also has cycling, so for an island, discard this card, draw a card. So I gotta pay 1 to cycle it or 2? I don't get it. Myriad Landscape. Pretty awesome card. Looks like it's got some volcano lava on the ground there. It enters battlefield tapped. You can tap it to add 1 colorless. You can pay 2 and sacrifice it. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards that share the same land type. Put them on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle your library. Remote Island. Tap and add blah blah. Cycling 2. Tectonic Edge. Add 1 mana to your color pool. 1 and sacrifice. Destroy it. Activate this ability only if opponent controls 4 or more lands. Zotic Cavern. Tap and add a colorless. Morph 2. What? I can play it face down for 3 for a 2/2 creature. I get that. But usually when you morph something, there's an ability, like you get something for doing it. We don't get nothing for doing that. I don't get that either. There's so many things I don't get about some of these cards nowadays. Azure Mage, 2 mana for a 2/1. You can pay 4 and draw a card. And I think we're into the commons now. Fathom Seer. I'm just going to go through the commons real quick. Fogbank, Willbender, Riptide Survivor, Seagate Oracle, Shaper Parasite, Mole Drifter, Brine Elemental, Fool's Demise, Hongify, Into the Royal, Turn to Frog, Exclude, Dismiss. Man, counter target spell and draw a card. Gotta love that. Call to Mind. It's our Erudite guy again, whatever his name is. Compulsive Research. You can tell the artwork on that. That must have been a really old card. Or they just redid some artwork. I don't know. Concentrate. Rush of Knowledge. Artisan of Kozilek. He's a 9 mana 10/9, a creature. When you cast the Kozilek, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Annihilator 2. Whenever this creature attacks, the defending player sacrifices... Oh, I love this. I haven't seen Annihilator in a long time. I think that was on some stuff from... Man, the last time I played was Legions and Onslaught and maybe Miraudon. Darksteel, all that kind of stuff. That's just awesome. That's a great card. Everflowing Chalice, 0 mana, multi-kicker of 2. You can enters the battlefield with a charge counter on it for each time it was kicked. Tap and add 1 colorless mana pool for each charge counter on the Chalice. Crypt. This is an uncommon. Sacrifice the Crypt, exile all cards from target player's graveyard. Soul Ring, 1 mana, add 2 to your mana pool. Mind Stone, 2 mana, add 1 colorless. 1 and tap, you can sacrifice it and draw a card. Always a great ability. Sky Diamond enters the battlefield tapped. You can add 1 island to your pool. Swift Foot Boots, 2 mana. Equipped creature has hexproof and haste. Equip 1. Commander Sphere, 3 mana artifact. Tap and add your mana pool. Add to your mana pool 1 mana of any color in your commander's color identity. Sacrifice the color sphere and draw a card. Sacrifice and destroy permanent. Basically the same thing, but opposite. I was going to say obelisk. A Warren Power Stone, 3 mana. It enters the battlefield tapped. You can tap it for 2. Assault Suit. This looks kind of cool. 4 mana. Equipment. Creature gets +2/+2, has haste, can't attack you or a planeswalker you control, and can't be sacrificed. At the beginning of each opponent's upkeep, you may have that player gain control of equipped creature until end of turn. If you do, untap it. Equipped 3. Thran Dynamo, 4 mana, tap, add 3 colorless. Your Golem's Eye, 4 mana, add 2 colorless. And the last card of the set is a Dreamstone Hedron, 6 mana, tap, add 3 colorless, or 3 and sacrifice it and draw 3 cards. Guys, I like these commander decks, but yeah, they must be only 1 card of each type and nothing else. That's the only thing that makes sense to me now, after kind of looking at a couple of these. Let me know if I should keep buying these if I catch them on sale, if I should stop. I like them. I think they're neat. You get so many. Let's look. I mean, this is the reason I like buying them right here. And this is the reason I'll probably continue to buy them every time I see them on sale. And probably build up a couple more of them. Rare, 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 rare. I mean, that's just crazy. Crazy, guys. Oh, mythic. Rare, rare, rare. Mythic, mythic, mythic. So, you know, for like 19, 20 bucks, if you can catch them on sale, guys, you're getting, what, 35 rares or something crazy? I mean, even if they're only worth $1 each, it's a good deal. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, if you enjoyed these Commander unboxings, let me know, because right now I'm not planning on buying any more of them. If you do like it, subscribe, click the like button. Most importantly, let me know in the comments you like these Commander videos, because if not, this is going to be the last one. They're pretty expensive for what you get. I don't really see a reason to collect a bunch of these cards. I'm not even sure if you can run them currently, with depending what series you're playing in, so make sure you leave that comment. It helps me out a ton. Thanks for watching, guys, and have a great day.